Hey, gorgeous people. Let me slightly get that out of the way. But how are you guys doing? My name is Zakia. I am otherwise known as the Nerdzy across social media, and this is my journey towards making $1 million. Now, in my previous video, I was definitely talking about the idea, putting it together, formulating it, and all these other good stuff. Now, in today's video, I'm going to talk about all the ways that I'm going to do this. So, as they say, you're supposed to have about like 7 different streams of income and ways that you're supposed to pull in. So I wanted to do the breakdown. And just so you guys could see, I'm going to actually kind of use the back of my board here to kind of give and do the math of everything, right? So, for this video, I actually took some time, wrote my notes, to make it all possible. And I even went as far as doing the breakdown as to what it would do and what I would have to do in order for me to achieve this goal. So for $1 million in 1 year, I would have to bring in, on average, basically about $83,500 every month. That is what I'd have to generate in order for me to make $1 million. Every week, that means I'm making about, I rounded it up to 84,000 just to make it easier and the math a lot simpler. But 84,000 a month. Every week, I would have to make 21,000. Every day, I would have to make 3,000. And by the hour, I'd have to charge or make $125 per hour. Now, that is a simple breakdown of what it looks like. And I mean, simply, that doesn't seem too hard, right? Like, I think for a lot of people, if you had to like space this out, you know, maybe you are making more than $125 per day, or yeah, per day. In your 8 hours, you're making about 120. So if you're making about 120 per day and whatnot, calculation wise, that means the average person has probably made or generated about $1 million already in their life. It may have taken about 10 years, but they've probably done it. So that's the thing. The difference is really having $1 million that is going to be in cash available on site in my bank account. Yeah, that part. So, obviously the money is not necessarily going to be in my account, but we're gonna see what we do with it. All right, so right off the bat, I've already done a financial breakdown as to how much I would need per month, per day, per hour. Okay, now the thing is, what will I do to make this? How am I going to make this? What am I going to use to actually make this? So when it comes to making things, obviously you definitely have to sell something. You have to sell one of 3 things, actually. Either you're selling motivation, inspiration, you're selling education, or you're selling entertainment. One of these 3, right? Maybe the 4th one would be data. I don't think I'm gonna be in that, but maybe, we never know. Like, I may end up coming across and have to do a survey, and as a survey participant, then I get paid for the exchange of data. See what I'm saying? Get where I'm going? Okay. So with that being said, those are some of the things those are the 3 areas. But for me, I personally would feel more comfortable doing education. As you see, this platform altogether is my whole soul thing. It's just to teach and give you the experience that I'm going through, right? And then you learn and take away whatever I give you. And I apologize for the noise upstairs. My mom's entertaining people. Yes. So I figured, what do I have at the moment that I could use? So right off the bat, the question really was, the next question for me was, what are the skills that I have and pertaining to me that I could use to help other people? How can I serve you, right? So I was like, okay, so I wrote down everything that I was actually really good at. So photography, videography, editing, consulting, digital designing, event planning, bartending, mentoring, teaching, development, creation, developing, sewing, website development, hosting, hair braiding, dancing, voice acting, modeling, performing, and being a brand ambassador, recruiting, just to name a few. And I felt like those were definitely things that I could do. Those are skills that I can definitely monetize because I have before. And I'm like, okay, things that I have actually done in my life and I could actually provide and have some experience as well as background in, I could definitely do it. Why not, right? We're not trying to change the wheel, especially since it's not broken. So let's continue to use what we already have. Cool. So with that being said, it was then going to be, how am I going to reach this to other people to serve them and help them with their problems and answer them and all these other good stuff, right? So I said, and again, these are things that I already have. These are tools that I'm already using and continually going to amp on them, because there's things that I have not been using for sure with these things. And of course, the thing that I have to do is just change and pivot a little bit so I can be on the course that's necessary. So I know that in today's atmosphere, today's society, today's current way of living, a lot of things are done digitally. So whether it's having digital products or selling online and having an e-commerce store, these things, and these are the channels and platforms that people use regularly in order for them to get whatever service or product into somebody's hand. So with that being said, I said these are the things that I already have and at the moment use that I could possibly do at this moment. So Gigster. Gigster is a rental space, and I am sitting in my studio, my home studio. And therefore I could use this as a platform to be able to get in contact with people who are in photography, videography, interested in doing food and product shots or video. Those are the things, and those would be my clientele for this. Fiverr is a service platform, and a lot of people are very much aware about Fiverr, what they do, what they offer, all that good stuff. Etsy is an e-commerce store platform, and this one is a oldie but a new one, oldie but a newbie for me, because I've been on it before but I never actually used it. I just kind of signed up and never did anything with the store. Shopify, which is an e-commerce and service store. This is something that's great for digital products, etc., etc. They have really great information, especially as a creator, especially as an entrepreneur, startup, a storefront. They're a great platform. I personally think they're a great platform when it comes to that kind of stuff. I don't think that they are necessarily for service per se, but they are really great for products. There is Facebook, which is a social network platform and super great when it comes to creating communities and having people come in and seeing what you're doing and being about what you're doing. And of course, word of mouth, creating communities, creating spaces, creating value for people is very much necessary in order for you to be able to do what you need to do, especially when this is your goal, right? Another one is Wealthsimple, which is a financial brokerage. As they say, money makes money, so it's about investing and trading. They definitely have opened up a new financial service, which is trading options. You do not have to pay as much, and the rate is very low, which is absolutely fantastic in comparison to some of the commission fees that are out there. Like, every time you make a trade, this platform is definitely very affordable. You don't have to actually break the bank for it. Then social media, which of course there's a list of things that you can do for social media that are available for you to use And that is something that I felt that I could also use as well. And then word of mouth, me sharing it and sharing to a friend, to a friend, to a friend, and letting them know that I am currently on this journey and I am on my way to make $1 million. And not only am I going to try and make $1 million, but I'm also trying to help 10,000 people. So yeah, that also works too. So now that I know exactly what my skills are, what platforms I could use my skills on, and all the things and how much I actually need to generate per month, the other thing was, who am I helping? And that one actually took a little bit. It really did. And I feel like this is one of those moments where I definitely will need help. Who can I help? I mean, I definitely want to be able to be the bridge and connect certain things with certain people so they can harmoniously come together. Sorry, that's not the right hand gesture. I want to have certain opportunities and certain brands and certain people be able to connect so they can blend harmoniously. And all I want to be is just the bridge. That's it. So I'm still trying to figure that out. And I probably would need a little bit of help. So this is when I want to ask anyone. And this is that part where it's like the help part. Because I mean, if you are somebody who is in marketing, for example, or you are a brand that wants to get its stuff outside and get known to people and be able to get your product in people's hands, my viewers, I'm just that bridge, just so that could happen. Because on this journey, my whole thing is, this is how we all work together, the synergy here, is that I want to help. And if I am able to help you and you as in trying to get your hands in the products of people, trying to get your product in the hands of people, and the people trying to look for the solution because they got a problem and looking for your product, and I get to be the person who's bridging you guys, come on, we are all happy and walk away satisfied. I see no wrong in this. I see no wrong. But anyways, this is what I'm simply asking. Who am I helping? I want to help you. And that's simply the answer. That's all I'm really trying to say. The short of it. So many words. I'm trying to help you. And in you helping me, or I'm me helping you. And me helping you, you help me. Right. So, see, I'm still working on this. See, this is a part of public speaking, you know, talking, conferences and stuff like that. For sure. This is going to definitely take a year to probably transform to wherever I'm supposed to be going. But in the meantime, this is where we're at, right? But I definitely want to say, I do want to help everybody as much as possible. I definitely, personally, want to help more young people as well as seniors, because the reason why I want to help these two people and these two groups specifically is because young people need experience. They need to have the opportunity, and they need somebody to say yes to be able to give them those opportunities to have experience. And they end up being a marginalized group, especially when it comes to work, when it comes to education, when it comes to just access. A lot of times, no one's saying yes to them, and they're not giving them nor building their skills in order for them to get to where they want to get to. I personally have not had a mentor in my life. I have learned everything on my own, and all of this has been trial and error. Honestly, I've watched people who were in positions in their life, and I never got close enough for them to actually mentor me. But I also never asked, and nor did they offer. So that's part of it. And sometimes it's actually kind of hard, you know? So I do want to say that that's why I would want to help more youth. And when I say youth, I'm really thinking about 18 to 25 would be the ideal, because they are still in school. But I know that people from 25 to 35 definitely definitely, because I realized like this is like a second puberty for people. You really don't know what's happening, and you're literally on your own trying to fend for yourself. And sometimes it's a lot easier if somebody was there to actually help you and guide you. This is giving me big sister vibes. But anyways, as I'm saying, so that is definitely a group that I would like to help. When it comes to seniors or elders, the reason why I want to help them is because a lot of them have a lot of knowledge. Oh my gosh. Like, just today, bless her soul, she came in and she was like, she came from Iran, and she was telling me about how she just recently moved to Toronto, and her daughter had bought her fabric because back in Iran she had her own store. She was a seamstress. She did wedding dresses for like her entire life. And honestly, this lady at my work, I love her to death. Shout out to her. She was this older woman. She was so ecstatic because she never actually, at my main job, she didn't even know we had the department, the makerspace that I have at my work. So when she came in, she was looking for things to do. She's like, how could I be a part of this? She was overjoyed. It just, you could see the way that it just brought her so many memories of just like being a seamstress where she was back home, and that she was like, I'm bored at home. Like, I want to find an opportunity to be here and be in this space. And I simply told her how she could sign up, how to get into it. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna get my daughter. She's gonna come bring another day and whatnot. And I mean, she didn't really speak much English, but I sat there on Google and type it away so she could understand in her home language, Farsi. So it's like, I'm typing so she can really get this opportunity, so she can experience this, because she wants to actually enjoy the space. And you know, I want her to sit and reminisce about the times when she's back home and sewing. So it's like, why wouldn't I want her to feel fulfilled and continue to have that joy? And when I mean her face, the face of joy and bliss and like euphoria, you could see it written all over her face, and it brought me so much joy. And just her attitude and the way she was, it was just so, I loved it. It was very rewarding for me. And yeah, and she left, she said goodbye, and then I think like 15 minutes later she came back up with the card, and she's like, I signed up, I can do this. And I said, I was ecstatic. Like, it was just the fact that she was able to do it on her own. You know, she followed through, she had the things, and she realized she got it done, and she felt confident to be able to do it and manage on her own. You know, being that she has a language barrier, being that she's just new here, being that she's looking for community and people, and to feel what's it called, to feel embraced, you know, like that was exactly what it is. And she felt that way, and I'm happy that she felt that way from our interaction, you know. So, and I was very happy that she was able to accomplish that on her own. So being that she's an older woman, she's a senior, it's stuff like that where it's like, sometimes this is a group of people that, sorry. Yes. Finished. Okay. So the reason why I would definitely have seniors as another group is because they tend to be a very neglected group in Canada. That's what I've experienced and what I've noticed. A lot of senior people, they have finished, they are on pensions and whatnot, and are seeking for different opportunities, whether it's just for hobbies or just to help. And sometimes maybe they haven't even actually gained a pension because they didn't have the opportunity to get a full-time job that offered them that. Come on now. So a lot of times people are actually still trying to work so they can make a living or keep the roof over their head because they didn't set up their blocks. And I completely understand what that is, and especially for younger people who are not living in a way that is protecting themselves or thinking about the long term or longevity of their life, just in case something does happen. You know, it can evolve, and as they grow over time, it just ends up being that, or maybe sickness, or due to sickness, or due to some other thing, that obstacle that came into their life that just had overtaken them financially, and now in this position of trying to get back or just make it work, it never worked. So sometimes there are seniors who just definitely need the assistance, and I definitely feel like those are people that I want to work with. Sometimes they just have a lot of good experience, and maybe they just need to like do stuff. And I feel like those two groups definitely are groups that are always very willing. And I've worked with these two groups before on many occasions, so I am very much aware of these groups. Hands down, I have great experience when working with these two groups, with these two populations, and just understanding that they have actually very much a common need of just experience and also an attitude of willingness. And when they have the right person who's willing to give them attention and the good ear, they are amazing people to be around. So definitely those two groups are groups that I would definitely love to serve. But then everybody in between, so like from 25, like I said, 25 to 45, they too also need assistance, but I feel like they need another level of assistance that maybe I could offer, but we'll see, right? This is where, again, where I would need assistance. So you can kind of say this is a call out, kind of, and you can kind of say it's not. Call it whatever you want, but this is one of those points where it's like, I would love to help somebody actually promote themselves, shamelessly plug them in, and make sure that they are able to elevate. And I feel like I want to be the success story for them in their elevation, because I want to see them prosper. So if you're interested, definitely comment below. I think that this would be a great way and a great opportunity to move forward, and let's do this journey together, because why else and why not, right? The world is our oyster. Let's just do it. So I think that's everything. Yeah, I think that's everything. So if you guys have any questions so far, if you are questioning how much I've made so far, literally I'm at 0, and I'll probably put my picture of my account right now. Like, everything is basically empty. I am only working on $1,000 right now, and that's it. I'm being honest. So can't say I had so much help when doing this, just in time for the holidays. Yeah, optimism, totally here. We're gonna make it happen. All right, if you guys have any questions, like I said, definitely hit me up. Definitely comment in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are, and if you are interested in doing a little song, hit me up. I definitely will be interacting on my social media. I will be getting really better at this SEO stuff, because again, in order for this to actually get any traction, you need to actually put things out there, right? So we need to get picked up. But I hope some of the information that I have there is really good. And you know what, in my next video, let me know if it would be a good idea if I should do uploading sorry, not uploading, but let me see if it would be a good idea if I go through a walkthrough of the different platforms that I was talking about earlier as to what I could use to maximize or create opportunities for me to generate income and revenue. Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. We can work on it. And then I could also do a breakdown as to how much it costs. Yes. Okay, content. Work. Okay. So yeah. Oh yeah, did I say I'm like Princess of the Air? Shameless plug. Hi, my name is Nyjah. Sorry, let me take it back. You are speaking to 2023 of the year Princess Nyjah Constantine from the house of Greta Constantine. Thank you. Definitely take a look for the house of Constantine. But yeah, that's just my stage name. I perform. All right. Okay, bye. I'm gonna do the content for the other stuff too. Let me know in the comments.